What's up, Virgo gang? Welcome to my channel, Tarot by the Intuitive Teacup. My name's Annie. We're going to read your tarot cards here today. This will be a general tarot message for Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. Please come into the reading with an open heart, an open mind, a desire to learn something, to better yourself. I want you to take away things from this message that leave you feeling motivated, empowered, inspired. If you're not feeling that way, feel free to push the messages aside. They might not be your messages this week. That does sometimes happen. Feel free to revisit them at a later date. Frequently, tarot makes more sense in the future after we've had time to absorb the messages and sort of experience all the good things, right? So let's try and have some fun. We're going to get you some helpful, hopefully insightful messages on both love and relationships as well as career, money, and finances. So stick around for both. You are accountable and responsible for all your own actions and decisions. Oh no. We're going to start off with the Nine of Swords. All right. I feel like this is actually a one-off message. Why this anxiety? Why are our thoughts just running rampant? Some of you are struggling with insomnia. You haven't developed or it's like you've introduced yourself to a new sort of routine where, I don't know if you're up later or having to wake up earlier in the morning. I don't know what it is, but it's like your sleep cycle has been disrupted, possibly because of some work change, some daily thing in your daily routine, possibly something with your child. Especially if you're like a new mother, you might be up throughout the night or whatever. Let's see, with the Sun. Okay, so likely to do with a child. Some of you are up worrying about your child. It could be that your child has a really important decision to make moving forward, or I don't know. Why are we highlighting this for Virgo? I mean, ultimately, I can already tell you that, the Sun wants to shine a spotlight on things we need to really acknowledge and deal with. The Sun is in Pisces right now for every zodiac sign. So just in general, right, the sign of Pisces is about healing. It's a very healing spiritual sign. So if this has been an issue you've been grappling with or struggling with for quite some time, or it's just started to kind of spin out of control and become more of a weight, a burden, I think it's time to heal this in some way or another. Maybe it's just simply having a talk with your child. If this isn't you, Virgo, it's possible your child is up late having nightmares. Pisces is very strongly associated with like the dream state and the dream realm. So I feel like in, astrology and all the kind of, mystical occult type things, we always hear, Halloween time, Scorpio season, the veil is thin between worlds. I think it's so much more so that with Pisces season. Maybe that's just me as a reader, but yeah, I feel like Pisces season, whether or not we're super spiritual or moderately or maybe just a little bit, intrigued by it, Pisces season, is where I really see more people talking about it and experience things that's more mystical, supernatural, whatever, even if it's just in dream states. I don't know why I'm making such an emphasis on that, but I do think it's important. So that might be something of a focus in the coming weeks. And then you have the Ace of Cups. Okay, so something positive does come out of this. There could be an apology. I'm almost getting this as a confession, but it's something that's needed to be out or expressed for a long time. This could be you. Again, it could be someone in your close circle of friends, your network, your family. Someone may actually come out with their sexuality or express something to you that immediately puts them in a state of great vulnerability, something they feel like they couldn't express previously. And with the Sun card, it's very likely to do with a child or something that has been like a childhood fear that finally it's come up to the surface. Even, 20 years later, it's like someone makes the decision to actually move forward with expressing it and taking those proper steps to healing it in the long term. So this is actually a very beautiful, uplifting message. But yeah, I mean, I understand that for some of you, it's like, I don't want to say the clock is ticking, but it's not getting any easier. So I think if this is a confirmation for some of you and you know exactly what this is, yeah, the time has come. It's the dawning of a new day, and this doesn't have to be a monster in your life anymore, right? You can come forward and express it, talk to a therapist, talk to your friend, talk to whoever is involved. And I don't necessarily think peace offering is the best word choice, but more or less it brings you a sense of peace that it's out in the open now and it can be discussed, and there are positive emotions connected to this, okay? And again, very, very healing, very spiritually healing. All right, cool, Virgo. So that was just one message that wanted to come out. Let's talk about, we want to talk about money first. That's sort of what my ink link is. So let's see. Let me just pick my deck. Sorry, I should have been ready. Sure, we'll do this one. Why not? One of my good friends gave me this deck. I think it's Philly tarot, Philadelphia tarot. Any Philly people out there? All right. Tell me about money for my Virgos. Keep in mind, guys, these are general readings, right? So we'll see what kind of narrative or storyline comes out. Anything Virgo needs to know roughly in the month of March or Pisces season. What wants to come through? Money, career, finances, jobs, interviews, taxes, loans, payouts, anything concerning their financial health. Let's see. The moon. All right. So something has not been determined yet. Indicative of Pisces season, though. This is a Piscean card, so I'm thinking that timestamp is going to be important. Interesting. Getting yourself out of some sort of financial debt or making some sort of strategy of an exit from a job where you don't feel comfortable. Obviously this won't be for all of you, right? I'm going to try not to say that 1,000 times, but I just want to reiterate, this might not be your story, okay? I understand that. For some of you, that there may even be an issue of safety at work that you've sort of been, like, you felt awkward addressing it because everybody else moves forward with it. I think a lot of you are actually going to step up and advocate for something that isn't safe at work, but I almost mean like a mechanical thing, or I don't know exactly. I don't think it's person-to-person physical harm. I don't necessarily mean like someone's being aggressive in the workplace. It's more like you've noticed that something is off and you've wanted to say something, but I don't know, it's a bit of an awkward conversation, or it would involve someone very high up on the chain, or I'm hearing the word hierarchy. But all the more reason to do it, because I think it's going to take a lot of bravery from you. I don't know why that word is coming through, but I think it's going to put you in a positive light of getting you noticed that you're a detail guy or a detail gal, or however you want to say it, right? You noticed the thing that nobody else noticed, or you took a stand against something that I don't know if nobody else has noticed, but they lack the initiative to actually bring it forward, like to the president or to the boss or whatever this is. You're getting yourself, so that's one message. Some of you are digging yourself out of financial debt. You may have a Pisces connected to that, or you may have strong Pisces in your chart. Okay, interesting. So this is a very positive card to me. This is the manifestation of a new beginning. All the tools are available to you. You have all the tools on your table. So I don't know, whatever this is, this does have to do with your career, your job, something financial, right? Something in that sort of realm or those categories where for a long time, you lacked a clear vision on how to get yourself out of a bind or a difficult situation, or have a difficult conversation, or address unhealthy spending habits. Whatever it is, again, during this time span of Pisces season, there's some sort of initiation of a new. There's some sort of hitting reset and starting to manifest something new and finding your way out, but there's a sense of relief and joy to this. For some of you, music therapy or music healing or something of the sort is going to be very important. If you are spiritual at all, obviously I'm not here to force any type of belief on you there, but lyrics in songs are going to be sort of speaking to you in the coming weeks. So if you're, in the car listening to the radio or whatever, you get your stuff on in your room, listen to the lyrics. Something that may seem just whatever, there's actually some profound message in there for you, and I almost think it's going to click instantly. I'm not saying it's going to solve it instantly, but how to move forward for a lot of you, it's going to be addressed in song lyrics. Very cool. All right, what else? This is obviously not for all of you, but I am going to say it. I do see some of you, if you are at a job that is extremely uncomfortable, maybe it was something you had to take as like an in-between, or just, pay to the bills. Like, I almost get sort of an in-betweener, something that you didn't intend for it to be lasting. I never want to incite fear in my reading. So again, take this with a huge grain of salt, Virgo. But for some of you, you may actually get released from a job that you were very miserable at. Like, not necessarily quitting, right? Like you may be released. I'm trying to be gentle here, but more or less though, you're very happy about it. So I think that's why I'm relaying it. It's not just like, oh, this is a death sentence, life is going to be bad. Not at all. Pisces are very much, associated with endings as well. And in that timestamp, this period, that's very significant. So there is endings going on in our life in different areas. So for my Virgo risings especially, right, if Pisces rules your 7th house of contracts and business partnerships, it's possible that a business partnership may come to like a contractual end, or again, you may be asked or I don't know how else to say it, like taken off the assignment. But here's the thing though, you're like, oh, thank God, because I couldn't do it another day. So the thing is, it's actually freeing up your time to go out and find something that's more in alignment. And it is the beginning, right? It's the manifestation stage of something new. But all the energy that was being drained and sucked out of you just to go to this job that you didn't like anyway, I would really encourage a lot of you to try and view this as a blessing in disguise, because it absolutely is, with the magician coming through here. Some of you are going to focus much more of your time on music, whether that's for a career or just simply for pleasure. I would say that to every sign, during Pisces season, immerse yourself in the experience of music, right? Some of you may be attending like a live show. Some of you may, bust out that old instrument that's collecting dust in your closet. Some of you may sign up your children for music classes or sessions. You know what I mean? All right. Those kind of wanted to come out. That one did too. All right, we'll take it. All right, let's see what else we can get regarding jobs. Knight of Wands. Knight of Wands always asks, what are you passionate about? What is it that you want to move towards? What's going to make you happy? And then the Ace of Cups, emotionally, what's going to fill your cup, but also what's going to fill your bank account. This is Philly tarot, right? So I just want to recognize the absurdity of it, right? The Philly cheesesteak is the Ace of Cups. But again, maybe I chose this deck for a reason. Maybe some of you are going to have a strong connection to Philadelphia, or something in Pennsylvania. I don't know. I'm just putting it out there for a few of you, of course. And then you have Queen of Pentacles. Okay, so excellent money card. Some of you feel like you're at a crossroads between doing something that is lucrative versus putting more time and investing more energy in something that maybe it's not quite as lucrative, but you sort of have a pulse that it's something that you could enjoy long term. So some of you may have to find a balance. Some of you may take on two things at once. I would highly recommend not spreading yourself too thin, right? Always make sure you're taking care of your body. You can't pour from an empty cup, right? Mind, body, spirit, make sure those are in alignment. You're taking good care of yourself and therefore by, respecting yourself. But yes, some of you are going to, I'm hearing the word maneuver or find your way into some sort of scenario where you do have, I'm hearing cash cow. That's funny. I'm getting all these funny words that I never use. Something that, again, it pays the bills. It's a strong stream of income, but something about this new opportunity, this new project, this new role, or whatever it is. I say new because of the ace and the magician, typically new manifestations. Something about this new opportunity also frees you up to invest a little bit more time, put more energy and attention and progress into something that's moving you forward that you're much more passionate about. Maybe it's a side hustle. Maybe it's just simply a hobby. Maybe it's freeing up more time for travel, freeing up more time for socialization, or again, like going to concerts. Or there's something here to me is like finding a happy medium, because before it was your mind was too cluttered, and therefore it almost felt like you were stuck in a mental prison at a job that just wasn't doing anything good for you. And you'll know if this is your message, right? Because if you're currently at a job and you love it, well, this isn't you, right, Virgo? What is the magician pointing to here? There's something that you need to pay closer attention to. Something about electrical outlets. Just be really cognizant of, I don't know, maybe, I think planet Mars is tied to heat and fire. Again, I don't do fear-based readings, but if you have like an outlet that's been acting funny, or you're like, ooh, that power strip doesn't look safe, yeah, you already know you need to change that out and fix it. I don't know why that came through, but I'm also getting something about clips you put on a car. Okay, so it might not even be electrical in that sense. Jumper cables, that's the word. I was like, I can't think of the word. Jumper cables. Some of you may have an engine in your car that's acting funny, or you've been sort of putting off repairs or updates or something to do with your car. You may have to, your car may have to get jumped. You may have to bust out some jumper cables and recharge the battery, or someone may have to come, rescue you on the roadside. Yeah, especially with the chariot. That's so funny. I actually just looked down because I've been sort of in my head trying to figure out the jumper cable thing. Anyway, I don't see anything tragic by any means, and I don't predict that stuff anyway because it's not relayed to me. But I do see a busted flat, a tire at the side of the road, or again, like the engine battery just kind of craps out. I see small things that could potentially be avoided if you trust your gut and your intuition. Some of you have been putting off, and it may have to do with money or time. Like, oh yeah, I've been meaning to bring my car into the shop. I just haven't had the time. Well, some of you are going to have the time now. So take advantage of that time and utilize it well, you know. I don't have to tell my Virgos that. You guys already know. All right. Some of you may be purchasing a new car. Some of you may receive some sort of... there's a lot of messages coming through. Okay. Some of you are going to attend some formal, like, I'm almost getting like charity ball where transportation may be provided, and it's actually very upscale despite this like city bus. I'm almost getting the idea of like transportation is provided to and from, and it's like a limo, and you're like, oh my gosh, wow, this is cool. Something about a limo is significant. Others of you, if you have been in a good financial position, you may purchase a new car or again, focus on some sort of long overdue repair. Others of you, you may end up getting a new job that allows you to save for that car that you've wanted. And it might actually be something very fancy like a sports car or whatever that is. I think it's closer than you think. There is a good opportunity with money. The Ace of Cups and the Queen of Pentacles. I'm not saying it's immediate because I think we're still kind of in the beginning stages of manifestation here. But all the more reason to not kind of sink into this kind of moody, lethargic, woe is me energy. Because quite frankly, you have a lot to look forward to. So obviously don't exhaust yourself, but keep the ball rolling on things you can be doing while you're waiting for, you know, the final word on the job interview, or keep your mind and your body active and busy and well and healthy, right? Get outside and get some fresh air. I feel like there was one other message about the car thing, but I'm not sure what it was. Anyway, let's, anything else regarding if anyone's waiting on an interview or something like that. I mean, this looks good for an interview, especially if you had to do like multiple rounds or something. Anything else I can tell Virgo? Ooh, yeah. Well, there's the King and Queen of Pentacles. Some of you are applying for a loan or asking for some sort of lump sum of money, but the person giving it to you is rather skeptical. So tell me a little bit more about that. Like, they're hearing you out. Yeah, this could even be asking like a family member, like especially a father figure. You're asking for money or help or assistance of some kind. And I don't know why this person is skeptical. Tell me a little bit more about this. Because they don't believe in it the way you do. Tell me a little bit more. Like, you're raring to go. This is a very Knight of Wands. This might even be for like your side project or your side hustle. You may be trying to start something out of your house and you're looking to get some financial support or some sort of investment. And this person is really on the fence. They're very indecisive. They have great hesitation. Anything else we're allowed to know? I think they want you to prove it first. They want you to show that there is, I'm hearing the word applicable. I don't know why that word's coming up. Is there an application process? Like, make it through the first round? No, that's really not what I was going to say. So I don't know why that word came through. This person wants to make sure that there is reasonable proof that this is going to be worth their time, worth their investment, worth their energy, your energy. It's almost like show them the pentacle first, the Page of Pentacles. Like, this is still very much in its immature sort of baby phase. And there's nothing wrong with that. Again, Ace of Cups, Magician, those are all like, we're manifesting something greater, right? But we're at the beginning. So in a sense, we're a student, right? You're raring to go. You believe in this. And yeah, it's almost like you have an unshakable faith. I love that with the Knight of Wands. I think that's great. Convincing others might be tricky, but that's no reason to not do it. I think you're just going to have to cater your expectation of having a lot of people backing you and being your cheerleader right out the gate. I don't necessarily see people talking you out of it. I see people being slightly skeptical and always those people who are like, oh, well, you know, devil's advocate. Like, they care about you, so they want you to consider all possibilities. But I'm just going to be honest, Virgo, I see you moving forward with this, whether you have their support or not. So if you don't get it from your first investor or whatever the scenario is, right? This is kind of a general storyline. You may go to some other source or some other person to get the funding or whatever you need. Yeah, you might be trying to raise funds for your child. I'm almost getting something like Girl Scouts or Boy Scouts, or raising awareness for this cause or this charity or this disorder, this disease. Again, very Piscean, a lot like charity type stuff. And you might just be dealing with some stuffy people who are just not in a generous mood. So I wouldn't let that shake you. I would just, take it for what it is and be like, okay, well, that's not a person I want to work with, right? There you go. Then you get your king investor. The King of Cups is much more empathetic. He's much more emotionally connected to the outcomes and the fate of people, whereas the King of Pentacles is like, but is it good for my bank account? For whatever it is you're doing, there seems to be reason enough why you would want to pull at the heartstrings of people, because that emotional connection to what you're doing, it's beneficial in helping to convince or justify the needs for whatever you're asking for. I hope that makes sense. So this could be you. This could also, in terms of like going on job interviews or asking for a raise or a salary or a title change, you may go to one and get denied, or I don't even think you're getting denied. I think you're getting extreme resistance and delays. You can continue to pursue that, but I would keep the channels of communication open with this other option, because I think that's going to be the one that pans out for you. I just have to be honest. Even like the metaphor of them cheering you on and backing you, it's like, yeah, you got an athlete backing you. Like they're going to help you run the yards, that's what I get in terms of money. So yeah, it's a little stuck here, but for a lot of you do get yourself out of it, but it is like starting from one again. Anyway, that's what I'm going to leave you with for money. Let's talk about love, just so I'm not rambling at you for longer than I need to. We're doing okay for time. Let's see. Let's do this one. All right, lovely Virgo people who want to know about love, relationships, marriage, divorce, family drama, good stuff, I feel like it's always the drama that comes up, right? Let's see, those fell right out. Ooh, there you go. 2 of Cups. What's that all about with your King of Cups? Love it. The Ace of Pentacles. Virgo, did you just get the best love reading ever? These are very strong cards. Let's see. Typically, 2 of Cups is a strong connection. There's good compatibility. There's a beautiful exchange of emotion between 2 people. So I could read this a couple ways. I think there might be jealousy of I don't even know if I want to call it a third party. I think this is someone watching from afar, or that always sounds so creepy. I don't mean for it to be. But it's sort of maybe on social media, someone who's envious or jealous of the person who is courting you or possibly married to you. But I do like that the Ace of Pentacles is coming up, because I don't see this as becoming third party. I see you choosing the golden opportunity here. I do think this person sort of sees you as, I'm just going to say what I heard, like a prized possession. So I think, I don't know if I love this card with what's happening. This is not a bad storyline, but I think this is someone who's interested in you, but they're used to buying everything that they want, and they can't buy you, and that bothers them. So yeah, I would stay away from that energy. It feels jealous. That's the harshest energy I'm getting, is just jealousy, but I don't think, it's not like dangerous or anything. It's just, yeah, there's like external parties that might be trying to weasel their way in. But the thing is, this card seems so happy and abundant and lighthearted. Like I would stick to that, unless this is you, in which case I would say, just let these people be happy. Like, don't try and intervene. Just like let them, you know what I mean? I know that's hard to hear, but yeah, the major energy coming off of here is jealousy. So whoever or whatever that is, I'm just saying that's not a great vibe. Tell me a little bit more. Some of you may end up getting a ring if the situation presents itself and you have had the talk or whatever. If you've been together, whatever you deem the right amount of time. Yeah, some of you may get a proposal, especially from a water sign, a Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. There may be conversations of that, or possible pregnancy. Oh, my deck's upside down. Okay, but 9 of Cups in reverse. Let's see. So that's the wish fulfillment in reverse. I think this is saying someone missed out on an opportunity with you because they didn't act fast enough. Because, yeah, I think this story, it's already sort of written in stone. Like, this story is developing into something very tangible and real, and something with legacy, 10 of Pentacles, something among the family. It could make history, like it could make the history books. So I do think there's a huge buds and potential and blossoms for like a long-term relationship here. You do have a Virgo card here, so that's kind of cool. Yeah, decent amount of water energy, so Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. Again, that could just be a timestamp of Pisces season if you're single and looking. Again, especially for my Virgo risings. And I say that just because that's a simple astrology to look at, is if you're a Virgo rising, that's your first house of yourself and the identity. That puts in whole sign astrology Pisces in your 7th house of long-term marriage, commitments, contracts. So with planets moving through that eventually, Mercury, Venus, the sun, there's potential connections for you guys to meet a long-term partner there. So some of you, you connect with someone who you didn't necessarily view as the one, but as you take time to get to know them, you realize that they're what you need. And I mean, I'm not saying it's stripped of all romance and sexiness, and I'm not saying that. It's just, it doesn't come in the package you thought it did. Like there's something kind of, I don't know if superficial is fair, but it doesn't come in the form of what you envisioned it, but that doesn't mean it's not worth a lot to you. Yeah, your feelings or your tastes may change over time here, but in a positive way. Yeah, make sure you let your guard down and don't judge a book by its cover. Because there is a really strong like soul connection here, but that's why I also think the 9 of Cups is in reverse, is the wish fulfillment of, the guy who looks just like, oh my God, all my references are going to be too old. I don't know who people crush after anymore. Who do people have a crush on these days? Chris Hemsworth, is that a good one? I don't even know. He's not my type, but you envision him looking like Chris Hemsworth and chiseled and muscle and this and that, and then you meet someone who kind of looks like, Bill Nye the Science Guy, but you're like, oh my God, I'm in love. Like, that's what I mean. And I mean, those are dumb examples. Obviously, I'm interjecting some humor, but yeah, the package is different than you envisioned, but it doesn't mean that it's not exactly what you want and need. So be open-minded is all I'm trying to say there. Yes, some of you may need to have a more open-mindedness about the concept of marriage. And I'm not even saying yay or nay. It's more that some of you have a very determined mindset about marriage. And so for some of you, it's, oh my gosh, I'm never getting married. I don't believe in it. Or I'm never getting married again. It was an awful experience. Others of you are like, if this person loves me, they better propose to me now. And so it's saying you need to let your guard down about what you envision marriage has to be. It feels very Saturnian right now. It feels very restrictive and non-compromising. And I'm not saying you need to sacrifice your values or what you want in this life. What I am saying is that it takes two to tango, right? So you guys have to be on the same page. And this person may not have the exact same belief as you. So, I mean, obviously it's up to you how you want to proceed. I'm not saying like, if you believe in marriage and this person refuses it, that you have to stay with them. Of course not. I don't even think it's that extreme. I think it has more to do with timelines. Again, there's something here about you change your mind over time about what that long-term wish fulfillment looks like. But it's on your own accord. No one's forcing you. It's just you have a change of heart or a change of mind. So whatever you're dead set for or dead set against, that becomes a little bit loosey-goosey in the coming months. I'm just letting you know. For some of you, there is marriage. Yeah, possibly with the King of Pentacles, all right? You definitely have 2 kings here, though. That's what I mean. So whether you're male or female or looking for a male or female, same-sex couples included, I do sort of sense if you're a male who strongly believes in marriage and you are courting or dating another male, possibly water sign, it doesn't have to be, that actually looks good to me. If there's 2 males in the mix, and there's a third party, I don't know if third party is the correct term, but another person who is female, there is like, I just keep hearing the word jealousy. There's a streak of jealousy of like, you lost me, like you waited too long and like I made my intentions clear. So just be really clear on what you want. Cause I could see it turning a little bit messy if someone sort of interjects themselves into an already happy relationship. Again, with Pisces season, that could add a little bit of confusion to the mix. And so be clear about what you want. And I hope that doesn't contradict what I said about, your views on marriage. What I'm getting at is like, well, I don't know. I mean, I do know, but I if someone proposes marriage to you, right? Are you prepared to move forward with it? Or are you like, yes, unless my ex contacts me? Because I do get that a little bit. Like, are you holding out for someone who was really stubborn, but it's almost like they're seeing you and it's making them jealous? And like, I'm not at all trying to offend, and obviously this isn't for all of you, but like, are you playing games a little bit with this person? Like, are you dangling the carrot of the new boyfriend or the new fiance to get a rise out of the old person? Which, I mean, to me, that's like kind of, I don't know. That just seems like you're setting yourself up for a tricky situation. So, do as you please, but I would not advise that. If you're with someone, make sure you're with them for the right reasons. Three of Pentacles. Yeah, building. Someone does seem really contemplative about adding one to the mix. So there could be a lot of discussion about pregnancy. There could be a lot of thinking and contemplating about it. Some of you may be going to speak with a doctor about, I don't want to say fertility issues because that makes it sound negative, but I'm not even necessarily saying that, just talking about the process or, choosing the right doctor. So yeah, there may be discussions of like, things to do with babies and pregnancy and things of that sort. There could even be sort of unexpected pregnancy. So again, forewarned is forearmed. Do with that as you like. I do see a little bit of that. And then sort of the heavy contemplation about it as well. Final message. If you're single and looking, something from the past might come back, but I'm not sure you're going to want it back. Yeah, I don't know. I got to be honest with these two cards. Someone you finally sort of come to terms with, they weren't the one or they just didn't treat you right. It feels like you had really a close group of friends supporting you through a difficult breakup. I don't know. That person may come back, but I don't necessarily think they've changed their ways. And that's what I was getting with this King of Cups too. The magician could be the master illusionist, the one who's sort of... the master manipulator, right? And with Seven of Swords, same thing. It's someone who kind of says something but feels a different way, or the idea of illusion. They don't say what they mean or mean what they say. There's a lot of like, I'm going to do this and then do the opposite of what I said. I don't know. These cards together, I don't love it. And so I think it's reminding you, like, remember what you know. Go back to the facts. Not like the, wouldn't it be nice if, and dreamy, wishy, like wishy-washy, but also hopeless romantic, wouldn't it be nice if they changed their ways? Yeah, it would be. But don't act in a different way until they've sort of proven that to you with actions, not just words. That's very important with the swords. Yeah, trust your intuition on that one. You already know the deal here. All right, Virgo, that's what I got for you this month. I hope that resonated with many of you out there. Let me know in the comments below. Please remember to like the video, guys. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I will see you very soon for more tarot. Bye, guys.